Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to the year 2026. We're gonna start this year off right with a video about finding ore, building interior turrets, and making a mining ship. So first, we're going to go through here, hit the L joystick in, and we're going to go to here. We can't unlock any of this stuff. The only one we can use is the interior turret right here, which is the place we need an interior plate. So we'll go in here and we're going to grab it. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to place it right on top of here. Because I'm not sure where else to place it, to be honest. Because frankly, that's the easiest place to place it. So we're going to place it right there. Bring out our torch. And we're going to try and withdraw everything we need to do it. Sadly, it means we also need to produce a few things. Now, despite the fact that it's on a conveyor system, it does not actually have a conveyor port. As you can see, if I turn this upside down for you guys, you can't see a conveyor port when you look at it. You literally have to manually load this thing every time. And the ammo that it takes is this right here, I believe. Let's just double check that again. Your turret, MASO 50 MR 50A rifle magazine. Yep, it'll take anything on it from 800 meters away. So, we're going to make. Let's do 20. Of course, we don't have magnesium yet, so it's not going to make. So once we get magnesium and everything up and running, we'll be able to put ammo into that, and the wolves will no longer be a problem for us. They'll still be a really good source of, meat and everything, but I won't be constantly having to watch my back all the time. Now, one of the things I haven't covered yet, and it's pretty important, especially for console players, is the PCU or player or available PCU. See that bar down at the bottom when you open up your tab where you can find all the blocks? If you hit L3, the left joystick in, it says available PCU 96,166 out of 100,000. Each block takes a certain amount of PCU. So light armor blocks is 2 PCU, a ramp is 1 PCU, and so on. Now, we're going to hit in the right joystick, and we're going to go into the progression tree so that I can show you everything here. So you see up top here, we did the assembler, which unlocked all these blocks at the bottom. Every single time, basic assembler, every single time we build up our thing, we unlock more. Since we did batteries, we unlocked all those store vendors. And we need to make a beacon we made a beacon to unlock the antenna. And so on and so forth. If they're grayed out, it means that they're not fully unlocked yet. In order to make a mining ship, we're going to have to build a landing gear to unlock the cockpit. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go find that. I'm not entirely sure which one it will be in. I'm still not quite used to the layout of this, so bear with me. Yeah, there's the drills. But they're locked behind stuff too. Okay, so. Okay, here we go. Landing gear, it's underneath mechanical. Since it's that size, we're going to drop it down to that, and we're going to need a steel plate in order to do it. So we're going to hide that. We're going to find some steel plates. Ooh. The only thing I don't like about the controls for console is that they're a little bit wonky. So, usually, you know, if you're building something, usually it's a, you know, usually whenever I start building a ship, I place down landing gear. I go over to like the armor blocks and everything, you know, the square ones, and I start, you know, building from there. It can be done, it can be very reliable, it's static, but like Splitsy has said, it doesn't give you power. Now, it's my preferred way of building, because honestly, any other way is can be a little wonky for me. But this time, we're going to do something a bit different. We're actually going to try doing the other way. No, I need to find a connector here. There we go. Right here. Connector. Yeah. I need it to be the yeah, that one. When I make it, I need it to be like that. That way it can lock in the place and everything once it gets powered up. Now, it's in the build planner, as you can see. So we're going to go over here. We're going to withdraw what we can. Can't withdraw 20 plates because I already put 20 plates into it. But ta-da, it automatically becomes locked to the other connector. Now, we're going to go in here and we're going to hit triangle because another problem I always run into is whenever I'm building something, it never wants to fully clear out. I don't understand why, it just doesn't. Now we're going to get rid of this one completely. And we're going to drop everything into the, we're going to deposit all that. Now, I'm not entirely sure where the cockpit is, so we'll just keep going through here and we'll find it together. Okay. And we've got decorations. That's lab equipment. There we go, cockpit is underneath control. So we're going to go ahead and select that. And we're going to, I'm not entirely sure what button it is to make it for the small grid, but we're going to make this one the small grid because we're going to put that big conveyor on top of this big conveyor to match it. And we're going to need a steel plate. Yeah. Just got rid of all the steel plates too. First part is, this is easily movable unless it's locked into place. So we're going to literally just go into here quick. We're going to go into control panel. And we're going to automatically click lock. So now it's locked into place. It's receiving power. Oh, the power in the wild. Unlimited pallets. Sorry, I'm being weird. So we're going to place that down, and we are going to go ahead and put that into our build planner so we can get it built up. We're going to keep doing this a lot. Of course, we're going to need to produce quite a bit of stuff, including bulletproof glass panes, and amongst other things. Thankfully, I've built up quite a bit of reserves, not too much. I've reserved a lot of my mining for stuff for after we have this all up and running. Yeah. Yeah. This isn't my favorite cockpit, honestly. Honestly, the one I prefer is the industrial. But as you can see, when it comes to the small version of the industrial, if I can flip it around, it only has the small conveyor tubes, not the big ones that would be needed for connectors. So this would become a lot more convoluted to try and figure out. Now, this little, I jumped right over it. This little thing has two of these on the back, but we want to connect it up to a medium cargo container to get the most bang for our buck, so to speak. And I need to grab some food, so I'll grab that quick. Sadly, when you deposit all ores and components using L1 and X or A, it takes everything, which sucks. So we're going to go back to, we need to go to utility, and we need to, actually logistics, and we need to grab something. Usually, okay, so conveyor, small conveyor ports are still blocked out. Let's take a look and see what we need to do to unlock those. Go into our progression tree here, and we'll figure it out together. Let's see. I thought I had them unlocked because I did the small medium cargo container. So they should be unlocked. That's conveyor cap. I don't need that. That's not what I need. Okay. Logistic 2. Vector connector. That's not what I need. Utility. Okay, what I'm looking for is what's usually within the small conveyors that allows you to do kind of a converter of sorts. So I'm wondering why that's not popping up when I go into the conveyor. Because here's a small conveyor. Usually you can find the conveyor. There's a conveyor converter, and that's what I'm looking for right now. Which is very weird that I'm not able to find it. And I'm not entirely sure where I might actually find it, because like I said, I'm still not used to it. So I'll be right back. I'll come back as soon as I do a little bit of research on that. Okay, everyone, I'm back. I was able to do a little bit of research, and I found it. If you go into the progression tree by holding down the top left trigger and hitting left on the D-pad, just scroll down. It takes a little bit till we roughly get about here, and it got the cargo terminals and everything. But we had to make a cargo terminal or a small cargo container, which we already did. So we'll scroll down and we'll keep hitting the D-pad over all the way until we get to this conveyor converter. And we'll hit X or A to select it. Just like that. So, gotta get up there. Now, we have to connect those ports to the back of here. Just like that. but we need interior plates to build it. Now, this is a small block only that converts from a 3x3 block into a 1x1 blocks. So the small conveyor ports can be easily accessible, and we can pretty much make or connect a cargo containers from there. I'm missing 5 interior plates. Not quite. I really need to get that turret finished building ammo so I don't have to deal with the mechanical howls of the wolf, wherever it is. Oh, there it is. I got stuck behind the tire. So, we'll clear that out of the build planner again. We're gonna dump all that in there. So, next, we actually want to do storage. Now, for something like this, we want to go with the medium cargo container. Of course, we're going to need more interior plates. We're always going to need interior plates, no matter what. A lot of this takes interior plates or steel plates, so. Ta-da! Now, what we need to do is, we need to swing it around like that and line it up like that. Me, personally, I'm going to go with, I usually prefer to mine up a lot of ore. So 2 or 3 works. So I'll just go with 2 right now. It's more or less, this is just a beginning miner, more or less. So we're just going to go with 2. 2. And we will put what we can into production. And I'll be back once that's done producing. Okay, everyone. There, it's all now produced, so we're going to withdraw that. And we're going to build this stuff up. There we go. Now, as everything requires, this will also need power. So we're going to go over here. We're going to find the power, unlimited power. Doesn't really matter which type of battery you use. Small batteries give out pretty good. You usually want to go with a decent sized battery. And it doesn't really matter too much where you place it. But of course, with these, you need steel plates. Now, we're actually going to place 2 batteries, one on top of each one of these, just like that. We're going to go ahead and get this built up. Now, the power cells are the things that are going to take the most. So I'm going to put that in production, and away we go. And once again, I'll be back once that is done production. Okay, everyone, I'm back. Let's continue building on here. Now, power cells take up a lot of space, so we're not going to be able to take all of them all at one time. Okay, we're going to deposit those, and we're going to withdraw that. Okay, so we have power. Okay, so next important thing to have while building all this is, of course, give me one of the most important things that you can ever have for any type of vehicle. And it's one that I routinely forget all the time: the gyroscope. Now, you want to have one gyroscope per X amount of mass. Usually when I'm doing a machine like this, I go, for safety's sake, or safety form I should say, I go with 2. Just because of how much ore I put into this machine, I always do 2, no matter what. When you start building up bigger ships, you're going to want to do a lot more. Usually, a lot of people will do more because the more you have, the sharper you can turn this, that, and the next thing. Of course, we got a few things that we need to have built up here, so I'll be back as soon as that is finished being put into production. Thankfully, that didn't take very long, so I'm going to finish building up these. Now, I'm doing it now because the fact of the matter is if I keep going as I have been, I'm going to forget them. I need to recharge my energy here a bit. And you guys can hear the hen kitty in the background. Now, another important thing is the fact that we don't need anything for power or anything. Well, we already have power. But we need, I'm going through a bit on wood. We're going to put on lights later, but we need to be able to detect the ore, which brings us to the ore detector. And we're going to go with the spinny one because, you know, if it spins, it cools. That in the build planner, we'll draw what we can, we'll put what we can into production. Shouldn't take very long at all. Now, the tier type 2 will be able to tell where stuff things is at a pretty good range here. So let's actually go down here, or detector type 2. It's at 50 meters, which is the standard for a small one. The big one can go out to a lot bigger. Now, in order for that to work, we're going to have to place down an antenna. And I think that I'll do the antenna right there. That way it's out of the way and everything. The only downside is you gotta crouch to get at it. I'll build up what I can right now since I already have an excess of steel plates. Yeah, of course, once again, gotta do production. Production. So withdraw that. And we'll do this. It is now functional. Now when it comes to the Mining ship. You want to show the ship name. I like to broadcast as far as it can go. That way, in case I ever lose track, I'll be easily able to find it. Because then I'll be able to always see it. So we'll do that. And we might as well go over to the info and change this thing's name. What do we want to name it? We're going to name it the Pancake Mark II. If you guys don't know or haven't seen it yet, on my streaming series, my mining ship is called the Pancake. So this is going to be called the Pancake Mark II. So next, another important part, and I'm also going to check the progression tree here to see what we need for it to make them. Maybe I come down here. We want to be able to do the drills. So we're able to do the drills because we built the refinery. So come over here, we'll keep going around until we get to, proper one that's going to have it in. We don't need movement yet. Well, we do need movement, and we're going to want to do the large atmospheric thrusters. But I want to do the drills first. That way I can get that out of the way. And yeah. I'm going to place one there. Actually, be better if I actually place them there. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll place them up there. That way, I get a more even distribution of it. So we'll go in here. We're going to do the regular drill, even though. Am I still plates already? Place it. Oh, it's placed off center. But yeah, small grid has small conveyor belts. Big one has big one, but we're doing small grid here, so we're happening to match them up. Only thing I dislike about this is the fact that it kind of puts it right at the edge of everything, but it'll work. So we'll look what we can right for these right now, and then we'll put the rest into production to make it better. This is going to take a little while, so I will be back as soon as that is done producing. Alright, so that's done. We drew everything. Let's finish building up these drills. Ah, it's missing a computer. Every once in a while, even though it says it will withdraw everything, it's always missing one thing. Always. So you just got to put it back in the build planner. Withdraw all this stuff again, and go. Now, we're going to hop in the cockpit here, and we're going to hit D-pad on the PlayStation controller, and we're going to type in drill, because because we're going to want to make a block group for the drill. So we're going to go pancake drills and save. Honestly, when it's no longer on the connector, I am going to make a group for the batteries so that I can automatically switch them. Now, I'm going to hold down on the left on the D-pad to go here. As you can see, it does this. So we're going to click on this to add that. That way we can just, do that. But we're also going to go hold up on the D-pad. We're going to go back up to the home. Actually, we're going to go down to groups, and we're going to hit toggle block on and off. That way, I don't have to worry about it. We have the drills, we have the power, we have the storage, we have the way to get rid of the stuff. Now, in the end, we need to be able to move. Do that. To do that, we need we're not going to be able to do the hydrogen thrusters because we don't have hydrogen tank. So we're going to do the large atmospheric thrusters to give it plenty of power. Now, personally, I prefer the flat atmospheric thrusters. And to make sure that we have plenty of thrust, I'm going to put 4 of these on each side for the top. And then for the going forward, we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. And this is for reverse. 1, 2, and 3. Now, we need to be able to go side to side. Best chance we're going to have that by placing these small flat ones here. Me, I like to go a little overboard when it comes to the thrusters, because frankly, I've had it where I didn't have enough thrust, and it never turned out good. I literally mean never. So we're gonna add 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to the build plan because that's the max we can do, because there's 4 of these large ones. And if you try adding a 9, they'll tell you that the build is at the build capacity. We're going to withdraw what we can, so we can roll up what we can while that goes into production. But you need metal grids, just like we needed for the storage containers. Well, didn't need metal grids for the medium ones, never do. But for medium, you need metal grids, which requires cobalt. Thankfully, still have plenty of cobalt. Wherever it disappeared to. There it is. In the basic refining, 403. This is going to take up 21. Now, what I'm worried about, honestly, is the amount of nickel I have left. 208 in total. This is going to require a little over 300. So, while that is going through its production, I'm going to go mine up some nickel, and I'll be right back. Alright everyone, I got it all welded up. I added some more thrusters because, frankly, I know this is supposed to be a starter mining ship, but I overdo it a lot because I know how top heavy these things can be at times. So, I'll be right back. Let's add some light. Which you would think wouldn't be hard. So, in the end, we're going to do this. Well, the difficult part is being able to find a place to put it, because it needs to be connected to something, anything. Plus, I need a steel plate to build it. Alright, there we go. Now, when it comes to light for this, you can use your own light from your helmet. That is automatically already there. And it does work fairly well. Or you can also put more lights on. I usually do with both. Now, I had the batteries charging because I did do what I was going to do. I was going to make a battery thing. So we're all going to put them on auto. We're going to do that. We're going to go here. We're going to hold it. We're going to go down. But yeah, here's the test drive of it. Now, you want to kind of, you see that artificial horizon right there? You kind of want to keep it even. To do that, you want to go down L1 and use your right joystick to go left to right, but you want to stay kind of square. Now, this thing is not the prettiest thing. It's pretty much just a giant block, but it works. Okay, usually when you put the drill on your toolbar like that, you usually left click it in order for it to do that. I don't know the reason why it's not. It's confusing. We're gonna go down here. So do that. Usually allow us to do that, so. But this is the test run. Figure out all the other stuff later. Right now, we want to go and mine up some iron, because that's what we keep going through a lot. But in order to get to the iron, we're going to have to X for going up, circle for pretty much falling back down. Atmospheric thrusters don't require any power, they require electricity, but nothing else. So pretty much doesn't require anything, doesn't require ice or hydrogen or nothing. So usually I'd be holding down L2 and I'd dig my way in here, but this is more or less a test run, and also the fact that we can't, so we're gonna have to do it the hard way. See how much this thing can take, shall we? Plus, stone's a good thing anyway. If I did not even do the cover. Put more thrusters on the front. That way, when I'm like this, I'm not falling straight on my ass. We're getting quite a bit. Look at this thing go. Usually I would be doing it with the left trigger. Like I said, it makes a big hole, makes it nice and easy to mine. For some reason it's not allowing me to do it though. I'll have to do some research to figure out the reason why. Probably put it a little lower. Go up. We're gonna see how much this thing can handle max. Or do our best to. Both the medium cargo containers and everything are full. I think that's all we're going to get from this. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off. And we're going to head back to our base. Now, this isn't too much. Everything is handling pretty well. That's kind of the reason why I put so many of these things on. Now remember, your relative velocity does count here. The physics in this game are actually fairly real, especially when it comes to physics of movement. So you want to be really careful with how you fly. Like this thing can go really quickly, but I don't want it to go quickly. So we're going to lock that into place, and we're going to do active ship over here, storage. We're going to go, I'm going to type in small. And I'm going to dump all that into there. Just like that. And later on, I'm actually going to put a sorter, like right here. Honestly, I actually might. Just so that it'll take everything out. But that will be for another time. Now, the ore detector will detect ore within 50 meters. Base game is 50 meters. Unless you like using mods like I do whenever I'm playing a regular game, then the regular ore 1 ore detector will go out to 250 meters, and the bigger versions will go out to 500. But that'll be it for today. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Streaming will start up again on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one.